Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Kate and I'm the Public Liaison Officer for Griffiths. So in my job it has two parts. The first part is I support the project teams that are working on site and our clients, so that's the people we're doing work for, around their communications and stakeholder engagement. So that might be responding to kind of resident complaints or inquiries, it might be drafting a newsletter, it might be holding an event. And then the second bit is around delivering on our social value commitments. So social value is the added things that we're doing in the communities that we're working in. So not only building the bridge, but also what else are we going to be doing? So that might be some volunteering work with a charity, making a donation, going out to schools and delivering presentations around STEM, all sorts of things. So that's the other part of my role as well, which is great because I get out and meet amazing people doing really incredible things across Worcestershire, so that's great. So my days can be quite varied as I work across lots of different locations. So sometimes I'm working from home, where I'll be kind of catching up on meetings I've had. I'll be writing presentations, I could be drafting a newsletter, and then sometimes I'll be doing a bit of both. So I'll be visiting the project sites. So I might be visiting a site where we're building a bridge, for example. I'll be speaking to the engineers and the environmental advisors on that site to see what's happening. Is there any work we're doing that might impact the local community? Anything I need to tell people about? And then also I might be out and about at a school delivering a presentation on road safety or STEM activity, like can you build a tower with cards? Or I could be going to visit a local resident in their home to maybe address some concerns they might have. So really varied, but normal office hours. So yeah, nothing outside of that. So I would say the most important skill is communication for me. That's with the people that I work with in my own organisation, so I can understand what's happening and talk to them. But also, of course, with the general public and other people like that, I need to be able to have great verbal communication and written communication skills. It's really important. Also, time management is key as well. I have to, as I said, be in lots of different places, so making sure I can be there kind of on time is really important. Creativity as well is an important one for me, especially thinking about producing newsletters or social media posts, kind of thinking about how can we present things differently. And also being resilient as well, especially if I am dealing with people who might be grumpy about a road closure or something like that. Obviously they might be quite, not angry, but quite sort of, grumpy towards you necessarily. So it's just having that bit of thick skin, I would say, is something you need to have. So resilience is another key skill. So I definitely say English, because you need that to be able to, for writing and things like that. Science, particularly maybe around physics, it's good to have some sort of understanding about sort of engineering side of things, but not a huge amount. I'm relatively new to the sector, but it would be helpful to have that kind of background. So I saw my job on LinkedIn. I applied via the company's website with a CV. I then had a phone call with a recruitment individual from the company. And then I had a more formal video interview with two managers from the company. And they asked me lots of questions around my experience, why I thought I would be good for the job, and that kind of thing. So it was all done virtually, which is a different experience than an in-person interview, but it's happening a lot more now. And then, yeah, I was lucky enough to be offered the position. So as I mentioned before, I don't come from a civil engineering background, so I worked in higher education for a long time, so I don't have any direct relevant qualifications to civil engineering. I have a BA in sociology, I have a project management qualification, and lots of other kind of professional qualifications that I've gained throughout sort of my working life. I was looking for new opportunities, and I started in civil engineering sector and found that I was quite into it, and that was a bit of a surprise to me actually. I didn't think I would. But it's really interesting to learn about how things are constructed, the planning that goes into it, the problems that you can encounter. I have to say, like, I can't drive along a road now without thinking, oh, I know what happened there, or, you know, that kind of thing. So it's really interesting. Yeah, so there's lots of different routes for getting into my type of role. You can come from different ways people end up in the job. So if you come through on a kind of with business management or administration, you might find that that's a route through for you, or maybe through public relations is another way that you can encounter this. I know now that there are some apprenticeships in both public relations and social value management as well, which is great to see. The expansion of apprenticeships has been really positive. Also, it's just about finding out what exists within organisations. So looking for liaison roles, contacting people to find out what they have in existence, and just giving things a go, really, and seeing if those roles exist. So yeah. I would say go for it. It is hard work at times, and you do have to juggle a lot, but the rewards are so great. We often work in a kind of age now where everything's online, everything's kind of digital, and we don't necessarily produce a physical thing. But being involved in this sector and seeing things appear out of the ground, or knowing that you've been a part of a flood alleviation scheme, which is a real physical thing, is great. And yeah, go for it. No one's going to judge you if it doesn't work out. Just get involved and have a look.